Hey guys, welcome back to the hangar. My name is Sam, and in today's video, well, first of all, it's hot as crazy in here because our air conditioner's broke. So if I look like I'm sweating, it's because I am. We've got the fans going, so I apologize if there's additional noise on the microphone, but it is what it is. We had to get this video released for you today. We had to do this because we want you to have the first look at these things. We're not even sure if they're released in some places. They may be or they may not be. But we got our hands on this product, and you're going to want to see it, so stick around. All right, guys, today we're dealing with the T word. I mean, Traxxas. We're going to call it what it is. Traxxas, they're a great brand. We love to joke that they're kind of the Apple of the RC industry, and you know us here at the Hangar RC, we're huge Apple fans, and it is what it is. So today we're dealing with the newest release from Traxxas. As far as their Proscale light kits are concerned. You guys have seen this right here. This is our TRX4m Proscale light kit for the Bronco. We've got our brand new Bronco in Cyber Orange. We've been wanting that for a long time. We've got that right here to open, but we're not going to focus on the Bronco today. Today's episode is going to be focused on the TRX4m trailer and that guy right there. That is, oh, by the way, this is our TRX4m off-the-wall wall hanger. Head on over to thehangarrc.com, pick one of those guys up. They're freaking awesome. As you can see, we've got them displayed all along the back here. We've got SCX24s, we've got TRX4Ms hung up, we've got this guy hung up. They're really cool, they're fully adjustable. Check out our other social media and you can see what they're all about. But today, we're gonna be upgrading this guy. We got this guy to be our camel trophy truck. We haven't done anything to it. It's box stock right now. Fresh out of the box. Not even a scratch on it. It's been driven maybe 2 or 3 times and only once outdoors. So this guy is going to get the Proscale light kit, the light bar, and our trailer, which this guy is going to pull, is going to get the trailer kit. We're excited for this. It's a first look at this and we're super excited. Let's go. All right, first things first, we're gonna move these aside. We've already got our trailer open here. We've already put it together. We've had it for quite a while. We love this thing. It's freaking awesome. We love the trailer. And let's get into putting these light kits on our Defender here. We're gonna put the Bronco that goes with our Cyber Orange kit aside, and let's dive into Proscale light kits for the trailer and the light bar for the Defender. By the way, this light bar, apparently, it will go on either the Defender or the Bronco. It's universal. So, yeah, it says it's universal. So we'll, yep, let's get it on. Let's take a look at this. All right, guys. We're gonna film today's video. This is out of our traditional style. I understand that and I apologize, but we really wanted to show you up close and personal, I can't even talk today, with this Proscale light kit with the light bars and with the trailer. We really wanted to show you up close, so we're doing this a little bit different today. We'll try to keep everything in frame here and we'll go from there. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open up, let's do the light bars for our Defender. Let's get these open. There's what they look like on the outside. There's the part number if you want to order. By the way, we'll put links to all this stuff in the description below. We're not affiliate. We're not a Traxxas affiliate. We paid for this stuff out of our own pocket. So, you know, we're going to give you an honest, real review on this light bar. First look, here we go. Got our instruction manual. Pretty standard Traxxas instruction manual right here. Sorry for the clicking in the background. I got kids riding scooters and we have the door open, so I apologize. Pretty standard Traxxas instruction manual. And now onto the light kit. Looks like we got some stickies and some place to hold wire down and a couple screws. We got the light bar. That is totally cool. I'm assuming this is for the top right here on the Defender. That is totally cool. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. And then we got a little adapter. It looks like just a typical RC splitter. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, there's more parts. Some zip ties. Looks like there's 3 of those guys. And a bumper mount with a faux winch. That's probably a Nerf bar for that. And what else? That's it. And the bumper mount light bar. It's pretty cool. Pretty dang cool. All right, let's get this stuff installed. Let's just see how this, it looks like you're probably going to have to drill a hole, but let's look at the instructions really quick. We'll be right back. All right, we're back on here, and we're going to be doing everything underneath the body. We don't even have a scale light kit on this, so we're going to put that on eventually, but when we do the build series on this. But like I said, we weren't planning on doing this, so this is something that is new, which is kind of cool. It looks like they want you to put a hole through your body with a reamer right underneath this piece right here. I'm not sure how happy I am about that. It would have been nice to have a little hole there drilled already that maybe you could punch out or knock out or something, but it is what it is. Let's tear into this. So we did learn also that the Nerf bar, this is how it's universal. The Nerf bar is for the Bronco, and the faux winch, much like this piece right here, is for the Defender. And you can kind of see how that lays out. So that's going to be pretty cool. Actually, I think it goes the other way. It actually goes that way. Look at that. So it goes this way right here. Look at that. So the difference between the stock one and the upgraded light bar one is it's got these 2 little nodules right here. Those 2 right there. But there's the difference in looks. Very similar. All right, let's get into this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take off the hexes with the front clip in order to get this piece right here, the grill, out of the Defender. All right, let's get some tools here. I'm just going to grab all my Allen wrenches. I know you guys say, why don't you have a nice hobby grade wrench set? Well, the reason why is this summer we went to Mexico, and I took that because according to the FAA, I can have that on a plane, which I did. I was able to take it in, but coming back from Mexico, the Mexican government didn't like that I had that, and so they confiscated it, and I haven't had a chance to get a new one yet. So let's see what size this is. Yep, you're gonna need this. It's an 8mm. To undo this right here, there's one, and 8mm on the other side. There's the other. All right. Oh, what just fell off? Nothing. Oh, the grill just fell out. That's what fell off. So now we have no grill. And that piece just fell right off. There you go. We'll set that aside because we'll probably end up using that later, maybe on a different build. Although they all come with, if I get another Defender, they all come with them. So now we're just going to put this guy, let's see here. We're going to attach this right to there. Nope, we got to attach the light first. So now we're going to take this and we're going to find the small light bar. And it looks like they provided a hole, I don't know if you can see that, right there for the wire, which is nice. I wish they would have done that on the roof. Some sort of hole to run the wire through. I'll be honest, that wire doesn't fit very well down there. That connector is kind of tight. Oh, there we go. Helps if you put it in the right way. All right, so now that that's run down like that, this sits like so. And then we take 2 of the hexes that came with it. I'm assuming they're hexes. Let's open up this little kit here. And we take 2 of the 6mm, which is that guy right there. These little 6mm hex heads, and we're going to put them in these 2 ends. Get me a 6mm wrench here. And screw that in. There's one. I didn't do it all the way tight because I want to make sure this other one goes down in there first. I'm sorry if this keeps going in and out of focus. I'm trying to keep it focused. Okay, there we go. There's one. We don't want to over tighten these because we don't want to strip them. And there's 2. That looks sick. Awesome. So now we're going to run the wire. Looks right next to the body clip. But this wire runs right next to the body clip right there. Not sure if you can see that, but it just tucks in right there. And then this just fits in just like so. And we have to come back here. I'm going to hold this wire out of the way and take our 6.5, sorry, our 8mm. Oh, there it is. Little Allen key here. Hex key, whatever you guys call it. And we're going to screw that back in. I know, once again, you guys can curse me later about my hobby tools. You got to do what you got to do. Okay, both those are tight. And this, once again, slips right down alongside the body clip. Just like so. I don't like if that won't stay, but that's why they include these little sticky guys right here. All right, so on to the next. That looks pretty awesome. Oh man, that is cool. It's going to be epic. Now remember, this is going to be our camel trophy truck. So the paint's not quite right. I don't like the Traxxas color that it came with. So we picked up a can of spray rattle can from our local hobby shop that's, I think, what I would imagine a little bit closer color. Although, believe it or not, this is supposed to be the color of the camel trophy truck. All right, let's find out how this guy goes on. This is the light bar for the top of the Defender. I think it goes right on the front. Yep, just like that. They want you to take a reamer tool and drill a hole that is 7mm right in the center of here. I'm not sure I want to do that. So what I'm going to try to do, oh, I see why they did it though, is it's got to fit all 3 of those wires. All 3, 2 of those wires. Well, okay, I get it. I get it. I don't have a reamer tool. I know, you guys can curse me out in the comments. Comment below if you use a reamer tool or if you use like a hobby knife just to drill your holes. I unfortunately don't have a reamer tool, so we're going to fake this till we make it. So it looks like this comes with 2 Bronco mounting clips. These guys right here on the end are the Bronco mounting clips, and it looks like you have to remove those. So it looks like I need a 6mm. Where'd my 6mm go? 6mm Allen, and we're going to take these off, which these little end guys are the Bronco mounting clips. So we have to pull those off because this is going on our Defender, not our Bronco. We actually have another light bar that we're going to do. It's an aftermarket one. We're going to do on our Bronco build that's coming up. We've got a ton of upgrades for our Bronco build, and we just haven't decided whether we're going to do it to our black Bronco or our cyber orange Bronco. Leave us a comment down below. Use black or cyber orange, and let's take a vote which Bronco we should upgrade with all the upgrades we've been getting. Okay, so that looks like that was fairly easy. Looks like this front piece may fall off. You have to be careful you don't lose that. but looks like it's ready to go. So now it wants us to use a reamer tool and drill down right in the middle, 7 millimeters. I'm not going to use a reamer tool. I'm going to use a hobby knife. I've got my favorite Ryobi hobby knife. It's getting pretty beat up at this point, but I love this knife. And I'm going to kind of just eyeball it. I guess I could count these little dots on here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Half of 18 is 9. So I'm going to count over 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. That should be the center right there. That looks about right. And they tell us to drill it right next to the windshield. So I'm just going to take that 9th little rivet there. I don't know if you can see that. That 9th rivet on the top. Oh, there you go. That 9th rivet. And I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife. And I don't want to make this hole any bigger than is necessary. So I'm going to go right behind it. I'm just going to set it using the table as my friend. And I'm just going to start drilling this out with my X-Acto knife. Better yet, I have a better idea. This works, and I've done this many a time on different models and whatnot. But now that I've got that little hole started, I'm going to actually go grab a drill bit and see if I can finish drilling that out. Got my trusty Ryobi drill, and I'm just going to guess what size this is going to be. They say a 7 millimeter. I'm assuming that's about a little bit bigger. So that's probably, and you guys will probably eat me alive in the comments here, but that's probably about as big as I'm going to go. And this is a 9/64 inch drill bit. And I'm just going to drill right here. It had to drill through 2 layers there. It had to drill through the top black plastic and then the bottom plastic for the windshield. And it looks like it just barely missed the windshield, which I'm okay with. So, get my X-Acto knife and clean that up a little bit. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work. That little hole is not going to be good enough. I'm going to have to extend that hole out because it has to fit. Oh, no, it is going to be a thing. There we go. We're okay. But it has to fit this guy. So I'm going to have to make that hole a little bit bigger. So we're going to have to go to a 3/16 inch bit. Yep. 3/16 should do it. Let's make sure 3/16 will fit this bit. It's going to be close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and just start another little hole right here. And I'm just going to actually make this bigger with my X-Acto knife here. Because I like where the position of the hole is, but it just needs to be ever so slightly bigger to fit that other piece. That looks pretty good. If I can get the crap out of there. The good news is if you mess something up like this, if you mess up something like this, you can get these bodies pre-painted from the factory, from Traxxas, probably your local hobby shop. So just keep that in mind. Let's see if this is going to fit now. Oh, we're just barely too shy. Barely too small. So we're going to take this and we're just going to shave it down just a little bit more. There we go. Let's see if this will fit. Oh, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. Maybe. Yes. Awesome. I love it. You know what? I'm going to have to cut it just a hair bigger. Careful not to cut your wire. That would be disastrous. Just like that. That should work. I think that's going to work. Let's see if we can get this through. super close. I don't like this hole drilling business, Traxxas. If it were me, I would have made it so this was a little punch out or pre-drilled, or I don't like this hole drilling business at all. Well, looks like we're gonna have to get it just a little bit more. Let's see if we can do this now. There's one. And number two. There we go. Now, sorry, just bumped the camera. Now this should go in. There we go. We got it. All right, now hopefully this light bar will cover up the hole. Just got a little cleanup to do on the inside. Right there on the windshield. But nothing that's going to be noticeable. Now that we've got that done, is to feed our things through the light, through the hole we just created, which once again I'm not a fan of. I don't like it when they make me do stuff like that. Then we're going to use these little pieces. These are the Defender roof kits. They look like that. And they clamp on the outside of the Defender top rail right here. Is that right? Nope. They're side specific, so there is a right and a left. So they clamp on underneath. Let me show you. Underneath that guy, like so. And then down on top of the front bar. Like so. That makes sense? Same thing over here. So you go underneath the side bar, the front to back bar, and these just snap on like that, and then they rotate and snap onto the front. Right? Now my light bar fell apart. I warned you about that. So now this mounts down like so, I'm assuming. Goes behind it. Like that, maybe? Why isn't that fitting? I got these on wrong? Nope, those are on right. That's on right. That's the way it says it goes. It'll go on the front. It really goes on the front. I'm going to bend these wires down a little bit. Oh, I'll bet it goes on the front. That's the way it looks. I almost wish that would go on the back there. That looks a little cleaner. But, and if you cut your hole too far, but we're going to put stuff on the top of this anyway. So we're going to take these 6mm screws. These big long guys, I guess. Is that right? Those can't be right. That's got to be a 6mm screw. All right, let's see. Now that makes me wonder if this gets split. No. It's got to go like this. Oh, I see what it does. Okay, so we figured this out. There's a little slot right there. I'm not sure if you can see that slot right there on the end. Here, let me point out with my X-Acto knife. That little slot right there. That guy right there actually splits between here. So this guy right here, this little slot right there, you can see that, goes, it straddles that piece right there. That's how it goes. So, there we go. That's better, because then it covers up more of our hole. I like that. That's a great design. I take back what I said, Traxxas. That is a great design, because now that covers up our hole completely. Well done, Traxxas. Well done. All right, so that's where that goes. Remember, it straddles the little mounting brackets that clip on the rack of the Defender. And then we can get this to screw in properly. There we go. Now we're just getting this to screw in. And you'll see it'll clamp that back piece down tight around the mounting bracket that goes on this piece. It goes on the rail, the roll cage, if you will. Okay, so now here's what you're going to do. See that? It slips down between, just like that. Now we had a little bit of a hard time with the other side, so we're going to see how this one goes in. I'm going to grab our other 2x6 millimeter screw, and we're going to push this down, feed our screw through, hopefully. There we go. And then what it does is the screw actually screws in or threads into the back piece, so you have to get them lined up. All right, there we go. So now you see it's clamping that piece together. As we tighten up our screw, that piece will clamp right together. And the fit and finish on that, as much of a pain in the butt it was to get that screw in, that fit and finish Traxxas is awesome. We love that. That looks so good. The way that goes on there, you can't see the hole because this box sits right there. That right there is the power button, but that also does mean that this is not adjustable. You can't adjust this up and down. It is a fixed position and you get what you get. It looks like, as you can see, that fit and finish is awesome. Looks so good. But it looks like there's actually a lens piece for this upper bar. I don't know how that came out. I might have to take that whole thing apart to get that back in. Oh no, it's going to snap in, I hope. That's kind of cool that the top bar has a lens piece. I might have to unscrew one of my screws to get that lens piece in. The lens piece does make it look a lot better. So let's unscrew this screw right here and get this lens piece in. I didn't realize that had fallen out. I'm sure it was when I was messing with it. But let's try here. I bet it goes like that. I'm going to have to take both sides out, unfortunately. So when you're doing yours, don't forget the lens piece, because mine fell out and now I have to redo it. That lens piece is important. Or I guess it's not really, but I'm sure it does make it watertight. Oh yeah, the bottom one has a lens piece too. So yes, make sure that this lens piece stays where it needs to be. And it is got a place, I don't know if you can see that, where the lights need to sit. So this lens piece just goes on there like so. I didn't notice that fell off. So make sure that if you have to undo it completely like mine, you make sure that lens piece doesn't fall out. It's kind of annoying actually. There we go. All right, let's get these screws back. Let's get these screws back in. All right guys, so make sure when you take those two brackets off from the Bronco to put the Land Rover one on, make sure you don't lose that lens piece like we did. That was kind of a pain in the butt. There we go. Now this will clamp around and hopefully that fit and finish will be awesome. Yep. Just like we expected, that fit and finish is beautiful. Oh, that looks so good. Love it. Little bit of not being too tight there, but that's nothing that you're going to notice. That looks awesome. On-off switch right here. That little button right there. You can feel it click. Now, we go to the underside. And it looks like these are, we use our splitter and we plug the splitter into here, like so, maybe. And then that one into here. So, like this. There we go. So the splitter goes from the ESC into the light bar on top on the roll cage, and then back down to the front light bar on the bumper, on the front bumper. And that looks how it goes. That's it. It looks totally epic. I love it. All right, let's move on to the trailer. But what I'm most excited for is the trailer. I'm so excited to have lights on this trailer. It's actually my son, it's his dream come true to have lights on this trailer. He loves to pull a trailer with his RCs. He's 15. He loves pulling the trailer, and he's actually gotten really good at backing trailers, and I hope that translates into real world, into one-to-ones, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Let's install the Proscale light kit on this trailer. Let's see what's in this light kit. First thing we have is the bumper. Oh, not the bumper, I'm sorry. First thing we have is the toolbox. This is a toolbox. It goes back to the two lights, it looks like. And look at this, check this out. They just slip over here. How cool is that? We have stickers here, and I was wondering how they were gonna actually wire the lights in, because this is just a little post here. But this just slips over and looks like you put a screw in the bottom. How cool is that? They've even left little rails in the trailer that I didn't know that's what they were for. So we can install the wire just like a real trailer in a one-to-one. That's super cool. Here's the toolbox. This hosts all the electronics. You can see in there, there's a little circuit board in there, a little bit of silicone. And I'm sure you could probably open this up, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that in this episode. I would eventually like to not have the toolbox on there. From what I understand, this is fully waterproof, so we'll just have to see. I think the trailer actually looks better without the toolbox, but we'll have to see how that all goes together, and if someday maybe we can pull the toolbox or pull the electronics out of the toolbox. Looks like you've got a splitter here that's just like on the Defender, which makes sense. You got a little bag of goodies. I don't know what's in here. Looks like a couple screws, maybe a mount or two. And that's it. That is it. Let's get installing, I guess. So I'm going to put this down. How does this go? Like this? All right. So we have to run these down through the notches on the trailer. So it looks like that one goes on that side and this one goes on that side. Just like so. And I don't know where this wire goes. Oh, I'm assuming this probably goes forward to the, oh yeah, it probably runs down like that and runs to the vehicle. I don't know if I like that. All right, well, that's how that runs. I don't know if you saw that. I just ran it around the back and then up to the front through that notch. They provide a little notch there, right there. And I just ran that. I hope that's long enough. We'll see. And then the lights, I'm just going to feed down through those two holes in the trailer frame. And this just snaps on. It's got two little snaps there on the bottom. And, whoops, bumped the camera, I apologize. Looks like it needs to go in here first. And it looks like this snaps in like this. Maybe. Yep, just like that. And then it snaps in on the bottom. You'll hear it click. Yep, there it goes. All right, those two little tabs, I'm not sure if you can see those. Those two little tabs have to lock around this main center frame of the trailer. Now I think most of our work is done on the underside of the trailer. So this light, oh look, they have a little notch here even for you. Goes back like that. And I'll bet it runs on the inside of this tire block. I'm going to twist that wire just a bit, see if I can get a better run. There we go. Don't want my wire twisting as much. I wonder how this is going to hold in. I don't know if it's going to hold in place. Maybe it is. So it runs down there on the outside of this, and then on the back inside up here, and then there's a little exit hole that the wire can run through, and this attaches to the little nodule that the sticker's on. That wire doesn't seem. I may have to get some hot glue or some super glue or something, because I really would like that wire to stay down in the track so it doesn't get hung up on stuff. We'll have to figure that out in a minute. The other wire looks like it's the same thing. This little nodule, this just slips on just like that, except you want your wire on the inside of the tire, the inside of the axle. That just goes on like that. They fall off relatively easy, so I'm hoping that there's some screws that go in the bottom here. Let's see if we can find those. Open up our little bag here, cut it, and dump our little bag out. Let's see what's in this bag really quick. Looks like we've got some parts and pieces. This is probably what it mounts to the bumper with, where the little plug goes. I'll bet that goes in there, like that. And then you have some little pieces. I don't know what they're little rubber pieces. They're fairly flexible. Then you got a couple screws. I'm sure these screws are probably 3 by 6 millimeters. That's exactly what they are. And then these rubber plugs. Oh, I know what these are for. They're to keep your wire in. They go just like that. I'll show you what they're for. I got it. All right, helps if you read the instructions, but we're gonna attach the wires first, or attach the lights first with our little 3 by 6 millimeter screws. And I'm assuming that goes down in there. Yep, so this screws in just like this. A little bit hard to start, but once you get it going, it seems to go in fairly good. There we go. Make that snug. Then this guy goes in this side. There we go. A little bit hard to start because it doesn't really have a hole it goes in. It has more of a thing like this that it's screwing into, but not too bad. All right, that's in and snug. Now these plugs, these are cool. These are what keep the wires in. So I'm not going to have to hot glue them. These will just plug in here. So it looks like we'll just put this plug, if there's a specific way it goes. It doesn't look like it. Down in here, right? Oh, the wire has to lay flat. I got it. So we gotta have to make this wire sit flat in this channel, or as flat as humanly possible. That's gonna kind of be a pain. There we go. That's better. Then we plug this little plug in here. And hopefully this little plug will keep the wire in. That's hard to get in there. There we go. So just like that, that little plug that sits right there keeps the wire in. And we're going to come through here. I wonder if I should center that plug up. Just slide it down through here, around there, keeping the wire flat as we can. And I'm going to come back down here. Not sure if you can see that. It's pretty hard to keep this wire flat. But that's the way it was meant to go in. I'm going to grab, how many plugs do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like 2 plugs up here to hold the wire in. One plug right here. Sorry, my fat fingers are in the way, but it is what it is. All right. One there, and then one here. I'm sure I can slide these plugs if I need to. They can be slid around as necessary. It seems that these plugs have a wedge side, so the smaller edge goes in. But there's how the plugs go. You've got one here, you've got one right there, and then you've got one towards the back of the trailer right there. Yeah, they do. They have a wedge to them. I don't know if that's focusing, but they kind of have that little wedge to them. So you want to make sure that the wedge goes into the hole, into the rail, I should say. Just like that. And this will come around here and flat next to the tire and then back into the channel. That one seemed to go a little bit easier than the other one. Maybe the wire was a little bit straighter. Put the plug in, wedge side down. All right. Try to line the plugs up just because I'm OCD like that. Try to line the plugs up as close to possible, as close to equal as possible, I should say. But that's it. I wonder where this guy can run. I'm sure he has to come back up here, I would imagine, so he doesn't snag on stuff. Or am I up? Oh, I see it. I see it. See that little hole right here? That's where this guy is supposed to run. So I'm going to have to unattach or detach my toolbox and then feed this if I can. That makes sense. Luckily it just pops off. Feed this wire through here and then through this little tab right here. Just like so. And then snap my toolbox back in place. That makes sense. All right. So much for reading the instructions. We like to do things 2 or 3 times around the hangar RC, and it's because we don't read the instructions. Anyway, that's pretty good. That's back on there nice and tight. Yep. Everything looks pretty good. I'm sure as time wears on, these wires will kind of conform to where they're supposed to be. And the trailer is done. That was easy. Plugs, screw your lights on, and you got your wire running out the front, just like a real trailer. Let's set this aside, and I'm assuming this goes in the Defender side of things, or the car side of things. Pick back up our car here. Oh, we got to put a hitch on this guy. Nope, we put the hitch on him. Heh, he's on the frame. Or on the chassis, not the body. All right. So let's see how this is going to go on. It appears to attach like so. Is that right? That can't be right. That's got to sit under like that. Okay. So this goes on like this onto the chassis where the hitch is. So we're going to take our millimeter screw here. I might have to take the bumper off. I hope not, but let's see what we can do here. You know what? Let's just take the bumper off really quick. It might be a little bit easier. So I'm going to get my really small one. And let's take the bumper off. Obviously not any of those. If you haven't figured this out with me by now, I'm the worst at guessing anything as far as sockets or Allen wrenches or anything. I'm the worst at guessing them. Yeah, we're going to take the bumper off because it would be a little bit easier for us. We're going to quickly just pull this bumper off and see what we can do. Now, what I understand why I'm taking this bumper off, I understand that the TRX4m High Trail Edition, the new one that's coming out, I think it has a hitch included. So, Traxxas, are you going to sell this piece so you can run the trailer lights on that as well? Who knows? I haven't heard yet. Or does it come with the High Trail? Guess we'll find out tomorrow, I guess, when our High Trail gets here, like the rest of y'all. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can pull this bumper out really quickly. Yep. Okay, that's going to be a lot easier to work with. So now I'm going to take my 2 bolts or 2 screws that hold the hitch on and extract them. And now let's see how this guy goes on. I bet he goes on like that. So it's further out of the way. Let's just make sure really quickly. The connector goes on like that. That's exactly the way it goes on. So now we're going to take our screw again, through there, and then into the bumper. Okay, before I tighten this down 100%, let's rotate where the light goes, the light receptacle. And then we're going to screw this one in. Check both sides here. All right, and I'm assuming this guy, how does he fit in there? This guy fits in? Yes. How does this guy go in? Oh no, did I do it backwards? I think I did. I think this goes in this way. I did it backwards. Once again, we like to do things twice here on the Hangar RC. So we're gonna fix this. I just put that on backwards. So what there is this little notch right here. I don't know if you can see that little notch. That's what clips in to this pin right here. So we're gonna have to undo this really quick and flip it around. That's too bad because I was hoping it would tuck up underneath the bumper a little ways so it doesn't hit on the trailer, but it doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like it's going to actually sit out towards the back of the bumper, which is unfortunate because now I'm worried that it's gonna hit on the trailer, especially if you jackknife the trailer. I wonder if it'll hit. If it does, that's bad design, Traxxas. You should have thought of that. But let's just see. I'm going to take that out, flip this around. So let's just put this in here to show you. This apparently clips in like so. So it goes in here like that and snaps in. So then it's a 3-pin. I don't know if you can see that. There's 3 holes. So let's try this again. So this has to go this way, unfortunately. It's got to go that way. Does it go on top of the bumper? No. Does it really? How does this work? So this goes in like this. This goes in like this. Can't go on top of the bumper. Doesn't fit. That goes like that. And this goes like this. Oh, it goes in front of the hitch. Oh, okay. So that's I don't know if I like that. But the hitch usually sits on like this. Let me show you. Usually sits on like that. So this piece gets locked between the hitch and the bumper. So if we put this way, just like that, then we lock it in with the hitch. Oh, I don't like that. Because now that's going to stick out. The little pin that is on the trailer is going to stick out. And I guarantee you're going to hit it when you jackknife the trailer. which I know, I've pulled trailers for all my life. I grew up on a farm. I have been pulling trailers and driving trucks since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. But my 15-year-old, although he's getting good, sometimes he still jackknifes that trailer. And my worry is that if you hand the transmitter, or if you play past the transmitter to anybody, kid, whoever, who doesn't know how to back a trailer, eventually, inevitably, they're going to jackknife that trailer. And what's going to happen when you jackknife that trailer is you're going to ruin that plug. I'm not sure how stable that plug is. I'm worried that as you jackknife that, it's going to end up hammering the heck out of that plug, and you're going to have to replace it. And I don't want to be replacing that light kit. That light kit's, what, 30 bucks-ish? And I don't want to be replacing that light kit every time that someone jackknifes it. Or over time as people jackknife it, rather. Well, that's too bad. We'll see how it does. All right, let's see how we plug this all in. And once again, I'm not going to run the wires today. I'm going to have to figure out where I want them to run. But I'm assuming this can run up through the chassis here and get plugged into the receiver in channel, I don't know. Oh, this end probably goes into the receiver right here, just like so. This end goes into the receiver like that. And then this end actually plugs in to your body like that. I guarantee that's how it's supposed to work. And this one is for the Proscale light kit for the front lights, which we have, which we're going to do in another video when we do our build series on our Camel trophy truck. All right, let's see how this all works. I'm going to just tuck these wires in here. Actually, let's plug this in first. Let's grab my transmitter right here. Going to turn this on. We got power. I'm going to tuck this in just to put these. Oh, that looks so cool. Check it. Oh, that is rad. Oh, I love it. It looks so scale. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty harsh, but those are cool. And this little button on top right here, little button. You can turn them off without having to go to the ESC. I would much rather have a switch on the transmitter, on the TX, but that's the next best thing, Traxxas. This little button right there, that's the next best thing. On and off. On, off. Perfect. All right, let's see this trailer. This is what's got me nervous. So this plug, it only goes in one way. There's 3 little pins in there. You got to make sure you got it oriented the right way. Oh, I see the lights. Oh, it's going to be so cool. Oh, this is rad. Look at those trailer lights. They have turn signals? I don't see any turn signals. It's supposed to have turn signals. Something not right? I'll bet I don't have it plugged in correctly. Blinkers? No blinkers? Huh. Wonder, oh, I'll bet you have to hit the different modes on the ESC. Yep, there it is. All right, so now we got blinkers. Oh, that's hazards. Hazards, okay. Then we push the button again on the ESC one time and one more time. I'll bet we just have hazards. What are the 3 modes on this thing? I can't remember. It's been so long. Okay, hazards. Yep. That's what you got. I thought you had blinkers, though. I could have swore it said you had blinkers. Anyway, we'll figure that out in a minute. Let's see if this is going to hit on here. I'm going to take this off for the time being, just so we can pay attention to this hitch. I guarantee when I jackknife this, this is going to hit that this piece right here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but see that piece right there? When you jackknife that trailer, guess what's going to happen? It hits. I don't like that at all. This way is okay, but as you turn, oh, Traxxas. Well, it's almost there. That is a bad design in my book because that is going to cause some issues, and eventually that plug is going to wear down as you jackknife that trailer. See that? It's hitting right there. That is no bueno. Well, I guess we can't jackknife the trailer. Oh, that's disappointing. All right, let's go run this thing. All right, guys, let's go get you some run footage of this thing. This thing is totally epic, minus the few little things that, like this, that I'm not okay with the jackknifing and hitting that plug. You know what? Overall, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. So very cool to see the lights. I was going to show you this. This is what I found out. Very cool to see the lights on there. Very cool to have the lights on the front. And here's the cool thing. There's your reverse lights. There's your brake lights. There's your running lights. Reverse. Just like when you have the Proscale light kit for the actual TRX4m. Very cool. Guys, thanks for joining me on this different kind of episode than we're normally used to. A little bit more impromptu. If you like this style and this format, leave us a comment below. This thing is totally epic. Let's go get some run footage for you. And like our good friend Ken from the Shop Mini RC says, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video, and give us a thumbs up. And leave us a comment. That tells the YouTube algorithm that we are worth watching, that you enjoy the content you see here at the Hangar RC, and that's the best thing you can do to support us, and it's free. Once again, thanks for joining me, and let's go get some run footage of this guy. This thing is awesome. I'm super excited. Let's go.